I went on a solo camping trip and barely escaped alive. I'd been planning this solo camping trip for weeks. I needed to clear my head, get off the grid, and just be alone with nature. I found a quiet spot in the mountains. No nearby campsites, no signal. Exactly what I wanted. Everything was fine at first. I set up my tent, made a small fire, and even brought a book to read under the stars. But around 2 a.m., I woke up to something snapping outside my tent. I figured it was an animal, maybe a raccoon or deer, so I stayed still and waited for it to pass. But then I heard something breathing. Heavy, human breathing. I held my breath and stayed completely silent. A flashlight beam flickered across my tent wall. Someone was out there. Then a voice said, "I think she's alone." I nearly passed out. I didn't move. I didn't make a sound. After a minute, I heard the footsteps fade into the woods. I waited another full hour, heart pounding, before I dared to unzip the tent just enough to peek out. No one. I grabbed my keys, phone, which had no service, and a knife I brought for cooking. I left everything else behind and started walking fast down the trail. I had a headlamp, but I turned it off. I didn't want to be seen. About 20 minutes in, I saw another light, far off, moving slowly through the trees. Then I realized it was behind me. Someone was following me. I took off into the woods, completely off trail. I didn't care about thorns or getting lost. I just ran. I ran until I couldn't hear footsteps anymore. Then I climbed up a slope and buried myself in leaves and brush to hide. I stayed like that until the sun came up. When I finally made it back to the road, I flagged down a passing truck. The driver said, "You okay? You look like you've been running from something." I told him I was fine, but I asked if there were any rangers or police nearby. He said something I'll never forget. There were break-ins at some trailheads last week, people disappearing too. It's not on the news yet, but they're looking into it. I reported what happened, gave them the location. They went out there and found 2 men's footprints circling my tent. I don't know what would have happened if I stayed asleep that night, but I do know this. I'm never camping alone again.